saying that you're having anxiety and stress when you're dealing with your kids, and we all have been there, right? So I figured I would start by giving you a technique that you can use instantly to alleviate anxiety. I'm a yoga teacher, and so hi, Katie. So I'm about to teach you a yoga breathing technique that can help you with anxiety. So I'm just going to wait a couple minutes and talk a little bit before I start the technique, because I want to see if anybody else joins on. But to talk about anxiety, what I would like to do is, if any of you are seriously struggling with anxiety on a daily basis or on a very regular basis, I can give you this technique, and this can help you in the moment. Hi, Michelle. We're talking about, about to teach a breathing technique to help with anxiety. But what I wanted to also mention was that you want to get to the underlying cause of the anxiety and heal that as well. So I can give you this quick fix. I can teach you how to calm down your nervous system. So just a little background on the nervous system. We have that fight or flight mechanism that kicks in. So a lot of people know about that fight or flight feeling. You know, you have a sympathetic and a parasympathetic nervous system. And the sympathetic nervous system is responsible for that fight or flight feeling, where you get that anxiety and you just feel like panic, right? And that's when that kicks in. And we have that mechanism embedded in order to protect us, right? Because if you are in a situation where you really need to get out, it kicks in. But the problem is when it's kicking in constantly and you're not actually in a situation that's life-threatening, right? We don't want it to kick in all the time when we're not in a life-threatening situation. But unfortunately, for some of us, it has been triggered at an early age, and while our nervous system was developing. Sorry, got a little hair on my face. So your nervous system develops in the first few years of your life. And for some people, something traumatic or unsettling can happen to them in that early childhood development, and it triggers that fight or flight response. Or it can happen later in life. It doesn't have to happen when you're a child. It can happen when you're an adolescent. It can happen when you're a young adult. It can happen at different points in your life. But for some of us, it gets triggered. And then once it gets triggered, our body doesn't know that we're safe, because that fight or flight mechanism is triggered, and sometimes it's hard to release that. And so we feel like we're not safe frequently. We get that anxiety. When you have anxiety, you feel like something's wrong, like you're not okay, right? And we don't want to feel that way. So what I like to do with my clients is teach them how to get back to the root of when they started feeling that way. And so I have techniques I use to teach people how to go back in time and figure out where that started so that we can heal that. Because we've got a physical body and we've got an energy body, and they're connected. And our physical body and our energy body can hold on to traumas and can hold on to those scared feelings. And so we need to release that. And I have learned the techniques that have helped me over time to release that. And I still get anxiety sometimes, but I know how to more quickly release it now, because I've learned where it comes from and how to deal with it, and how it's not serving me, and how to better enjoy my life. So those are the techniques that I would love to teach you, but right now I can give you a little piece of it. So I'm going to give you a little piece of an exercise that you can use to calm down when you're having a moment. So the biggest thing we need to focus on when we're having anxiety is our breath. A lot of times we don't realize it, but our breath is too shallow and too fast. So for yoga breathing, when we're in a yoga class, we breathe more fully. We take deeper breaths. So first, just relax your shoulders and sit up nice and tall. And start to just notice your breath. So your lungs are like two balloons, right? You've got two balloons for lungs. So let's fill up those balloons as fully as you can. Take a deep breath in. See how full you can make them. See if you can take a deeper, 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 deeper breath. And now slowly let it out as slowly as you can. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the longer you breathe out, the calmer you will feel. So we're going to start breathing in for a count of 4. And on that 4 count, you're going to fill up your lungs as much as you possibly can. And then we're going to breathe out for a count of 8. So we're going to breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hi, Christine. We're doing a breathing exercise. So we're going to breathe in deeply. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Deep breath. Let it out slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Breathe out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that was just breathing, right? Just breathing in for a count of 4, filling up your lungs completely, and then breathing out slowly for a count of 8, emptying the lungs completely. When we can breathe out for longer than we breathe in, it's an instant way to reduce anxiety. There are other breathing exercises I can teach you, but that one is very simple and powerful and something you can do in the moment. So if something is triggering you in the moment where you're feeling the anxiety coming on, I want you to do that. Just take a moment and say, I need to breathe. And just breathe in for a count of 4. Breathe out slowly for a count of 8. It's very simple. If you can just start there, just start with taking your breath and controlling it and slowing it down, you will start to slow down. Hi, Rebecca. We just did a breathing exercise. All right, I'm going to do it one more time so that everybody can do it together. Oh, and Drew joined too. Okay, so one more time I'll do this breathing exercise. I was explaining how we have our fight or flight mechanism. And hi, Rebecca. So there's a fight or flight mechanism in our nervous system that can get triggered. And that's what creates that anxious feeling. It's that feeling of being scared, like something's wrong. And you feel like you've got to do something, right? And a lot of times it gets triggered. I was talking about how it can get triggered in our childhood or at any stage in our life. And sometimes it gets triggered by something bad that happens to us. I won't say bad, something unsettling that happens to us, because nothing is really bad. We'll talk about more about that later. So we get that, you get that trigger, something that freaks you out. And sometimes it's hard to release that and realize that we're safe. And so then we keep getting triggered. We keep getting triggered. And so I'm giving this quick breathing exercise technique that you can do. And this is something very simple that you can do whenever, wherever, when you're starting to feel anxious, you can do this exercise. So some of you did it already with me. For the ones who just joined, we're going to do it one more time. So we're just going to sit up nice and tall, relax our shoulders, and we're going to start taking deep breaths. So I want you to picture your lungs being 2 balloons. So you're going to take a deep breath, fill up those balloons, and now you're going to exhale slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale for a